Greetings commanders, I'm gonna show you which bindings I use for the PS4 controller. If you want to start with a controller, in this case it is a PS4 controller, I will show you the bindings I use to play the game. For me it is easier to play with a controller than with mouse and keyboard. It just, after some time you get muscle memory and then it's way more easier to play. So let's take a look at the controls. On the mouse everything is off. On the rotation for the yaw I'm using the right joystick to yaw left and right. For the roll I'm using the left joystick to roll left and right. And for the pitch I'm using the left joystick for pitch up and down. Flight thrust left and right, I'm using the circle and the left joystick to push left or right, so for thrusting left and right. Then thrust up and down is the right joystick, pushing it up or down. Here we don't put bindings, we do it with something else. On the alternative there is nothing. Flight throttle, this is increase and decrease speed. I'm using the R1 and the L1 to throttle up and down. You can give all this a binding, but I don't use it. Voila. Yaw left and right is the same as flight rotations. That is all the same. Voila. I'm trying not to go too fast, so pause the video if you want to take a look at it. Flight assist, I'm using the right joystick pushing it down, like if you push it not up, but you push actually on the button, you push it down, it will give you a click, and that's also a binding. Engine thrust is the left joystick I'm pushing down towards the controller, like down. Frame shift drive is the triangle. And for the super cruise I'm using the L1 together with the triangle. Targeting. To select the target I'm using the X button. This is with the keyboard, I'm using the arrows for next hostile and also for next subsystem. So that is left and right, the arrows on your keyboard. This can actually go. Voila. For the weapons I'm using the R2 and the L2 for primary and secondary fire. Cycle next fire group I'm using the share button, that is on top left on your controller, top left. And then we have deploy hardpoints is the option button, and I put off firing deploying hardpoints. That is dangerous, so put it on off. Cooling, there are no bindings because the ship I'm flying now has no need for that. You have to watch out with this, because if you actually accidentally push silent running because you have given a binding, your shield will go off, and if you are in a fight or something, that is not the moment to lose your shield. This is the pips control for the engine weapon system, and then to balance it again I'm using the arrows left on the controller, so up, down, left, right, and then to balance the controller I'm pushing down. The cargo scoop I'm using the square and the arrow up. and for the landing gear I'm using the square and the arrow down. You can see down, up. Shield cell bank is binded now, but also well, if you don't have shield cells bank on the ship, it will not do anything. But if you have and you don't have your heatsink, you will heat up very fast. So always remember what you bind, because it might depend on what ship you use at that moment. Okay, and then night vision is the rectangle and the arrow right. You push them together and then you get the binding for night control. Night vision, sorry. Okay. Mode switching. These are your panels, the up, down, left and right panels. So I'm using the circle and then the arrows. So this is the left, the external is the left one. Circle up are the comms. Circle down is roll, SRV and fighter. And circle right is your codecs and everything about your ship models and stuff like that. So, and then here we have switch cockpit mode. That is the square and the left arrow. And this enter FSS is the L1 with the cross. But this can change. I put it like that because I don't use it much, but you can give this one a better binding. Interface mode. This is when you're in your panels. To go up, down, left, right, I'm using the arrows inside the panels. I'm using the cross to select something in the panels, and to go back in front view I'm using the circle. To go left and right in the tabs, up, switching from your missions, go back to the system map or stuff like that, it is R1 and L1 to go right or left in those ones. Headlock, I didn't give it bindings, but this is for when you want to look inside your ship. Then you put it on, but I don't use that. So the galaxy map is quite complicated, but I did my best to make it doable with the controller. It is, I think, 99% the same as on the PS4 version. So for the pitch is the left joystick, for the yaw is the right joystick, moving forward is the right joystick, I believe, but try it for yourself, but I think is the right joystick. And then moving left and right is the left joystick. Translate up is the triangle and down is the square. Zoom in and out is R2 and L2. So that's for the galaxy map. Now driving the SRV. Here we have steering left and right is the right joystick. The roll is the left joystick. Pitch up and down the left joystick. Vertical thrusters, it is like the boost of the ship. You press the left joystick down towards the controller. You hear the click for the binding. Primary and secondary fire are the R2 and L2. And then toggle turrets, I think it is the joystick button, but I'm not sure about that. But you have to look for your fire. This is the same as the ship. That will be the share. and then the toggle I think is gonna be the PS4 button. Voila, that is for driving. Driving targeting, it's the X button to select what's in front of you. Driving turret control, it is the the left joystick for the yaw, and for the pitch, that is all left joystick. Drive throttle, it is like the ship, the R1 and the L1. This is also like the ship, the left side arrows, up, down, left, right for the pips. Then the cargo is the square. Don't put bindings on jittering because that is dangerous. Recall ship, you can give it a binding, but you can see it in your down panel, so that is something you have to see for yourself. Mode switching, it's the panels, it's the same as the ship, so the circle and the left up, down, right with the first circle. And here the cockpit is also the same as when you use the ship. So it is the square and the left. The multi-crew, I don't use this much. So I think this is when you're going to another ship, like you are a crew member from another ship. So since I'm not doing that very much, I don't give bindings here. Fighter orders, I'm using the numpads on the keyboard. It goes faster like that because you can find those commands. You can find them in your down panel if your fighter is out. You can give your NPC orders with the down panel, but this way it goes faster. The camera suit is when you want the camera outside your ship. These are with bindings on the keyboard. And then you have the free camera, but I gave it some bindings that maybe you can copy, but I don't use those things very much, so I will go slowly to show you which one I put there. But like I said, I do not use it much, so don't even really remember how it works, like which one I use to do what. So I will move slowly so you can copy it if you want. And then we have store camera. I really don't use that. Follow me, don't use it. The playlist is for the codecs, I think. And then this is also important for scanning the system where you are. So increase pitch is with the left joystick, and the yaw is also with the left joystick. Then zooming in target is the R2 and the L2, zoom in and out. And then the tuning, it is with the right joystick, left and right. Leave FSS is the circle. And to select the planet or something that you see in the FSS, I'm using the cross. And you can also, for the codecs, I think, bind something to show help. And the last one is the detail surface scanner, which I recently made a video about it. So for the back view of the planets, the exit is the circle. And then the yaw is gonna be the left and the left joystick for the yaw and the pitch. So so you can go around the planet to shoot the probe. And this was the last one. So this is quite a long list, quite a long video also, but I can guarantee you once you start to remember, like muscle memory, it will be way more easier to play with the controller than with the keyboard. So this was the video how to bind your PS4 controller. See you the next time, commanders. Bye.